I have titled my presentation The Hidden Journey, Breaking the Silence and Saving Lives. What is this all about? You see, I I want to lend my voice to this whole project. When you get to hear that you have cancer, it was interesting. Dr. Obilo said, "Don't panic." But how many of you know that that's not possible? When you hear that you have cancer, that's not the first thing you think of. Don't panic. You're already dead. Most people die the moment they hear that they get a diagnosis. And that's why I decided I want to approach it from this viewpoint, this perspective. It's what happens when you've done the detection. And interestingly enough, it's not only for those who get a diagnosis that says that they do have cancer. There's a case of a young lady that I know, a friend of mine. She's a member of church. My 60th birthday, I what I did was not the usual party. I had something like this, a program for a cancer awareness program, and I brought vendors on site to do on-site testing, all paid for people who were interested who attended. And one of them did it. She got her test results later on. Nothing was wrong, but that was the beginning of months of problems for her. She couldn't it got so bad that even a mosquito bite was a potential cancer lump for her. So that's just to tell you how bad it can get. So my approach is the emotional journey that follows, which often remains very silent. Okay. Now, I said not all cancers are visible, and neither are the tears. I have learned that the hardest part isn't always the diagnosis. It's what follows, the quiet fear, the shame. And yes, there's a shame. I didn't realize it existed until I had cancer. People, I don't know why that is. But there's an internal war that goes on. You're dealing with people. Sometimes you hear things like, maybe is the things that you committed. I mean, that's really the most hurtful thing you can say to somebody who's been diagnosed. But it does happen. And behind every diagnosis is a person who is navigating fear, uncertainty, and identity shifts. I don't have much time to delve into each of these things, but I just wanted to put it out there. Even when someone looks strong or fine, they may be battling anxiety, stigma, and silent questions like, why me? Will I survive? Will life ever be the same? And these are valid questions because at one stage or the other, you're asking yourself these questions. Now, cancer does not only attack the body, it touches the mind, it touches the spirit, the family, and the community. If any of you has been around or in close proximity to somebody who has cancer, when I say close proximity, I don't mean you walk into a hospital and you see someone with cancer. I mean somebody who is within your immediate circle. You know that it's not only that person that's going through cancer, everybody that's within that proximity is going through cancer as well. That's why I said it affects the community as well. And this is the portion of the journey that most people struggle the most with. So I said early detection is your first line of defense against cancer, like Dr. Obilo has said. But then so you get detected. Sorry, then the cancer gets detected, then what? Early detection saves lives, but we must ask what happens afterwards. It's one thing to catch cancer early, it's another thing to catch the emotional fallout, the isolation, the mental spiral that happens. And I've seen people who catch cancer early, but they still end up going because they're consumed by fear, the stigma they encounter from people who don't understand, and the despair that comes with all your thinking. People don't understand how powerful the mind is. And once the mind takes over, I mean, it can do so many things to you. So screening, awareness, and prompt medical action are critical, like Dr. Biller has said. But here's a question that we rarely ask. After the diagnosis comes shock. Yes, when he said don't panic, that's difficult. Because first of all, it's shock. For most people, it's shock. How did this happen? You know? And then fear sets in because of all the things you've heard about cancer. Your immediate whatever is, so this is how I'm going to die. Now, that's not to say everybody's going to die. I'm still alive, and this is 4 years post-diagnosis. I'm still here, and I'm thankful. But then you have those thoughts in your head. If you allow the fear to take over, it takes you down the spiral. Then the next thing is you begin to Google. You go everywhere. You're looking for information. There's an information overload. Whether it's good or bad information, you soak it all in. And all of them have a way of just messing with your brain. And then there's emotional isolation because a lot of people don't understand what you're experiencing. You can't explain to them how you feel, and they don't get it. Most patients are medically supported, but emotionally unprepared. So while early detection saves the body and medical care treats the body, community support and compassion help sustain that person. Early detection does save lives, but early emotional support is vital because it helps preserve dignity. Now, I'm talking about interrupting this cycle of despair.